Hi everybody. Tonight for supper we are doing pulled pork sandwiches. I just picked up some, they call them hard rolls, but they ain't hard, at the Walmart bakery. I think $3.50 for all of them. That's a lot of them. There's 12. And we can freeze what's left. And then the other day at Caswell's, that's our liquidation center around here, I picked up these little apple bourbon pork tenderloins because, you know, me and Emma have an, like, apple bourbon, like, what's that obsession thing, like, going on right now? Yeah. So, we're having apple bourbon tenderloins in the pressure cooker. This is for all the people who are scared to use their pressure cookers. Specifically, Brian, you're scared to use your pressure cooker. That's Kelly's boyfriend. That's my best friend. So, this is what you do. I have a 1/4 cup of water in here. You can't really see it. And you put the pork tenderloins in there. And these are mostly frozen still. I just took them out of my freezer like, 10 minutes ago? So they're mostly frozen. And you put them in there with that little bit of water after you get them out of the package. Like I said, they're mostly frozen. And then I think this is probably the hardest part. You take your pressure cooker lid and you find the little triangle things. Mine plays a pretty little song when you put it on there. And you close it. And then you gotta make sure you have the valve thing closed. And then, this is how I do it. Meat stew, 60 minutes, and it starts. And that's it. And then, for my sauce for my pulled pork, we got an apple bourbon pulled pork sauce that I picked up. Only $1.49 at Caswell's. But the problem with Caswell's is they don't always have the same stuff each time you go back, because they just don't, because they're a liquidation center. But there it is. 60 minutes. And my pork tenderloins will be nice and ready to shred. Add the sauce. Put them on a bulky roll. And then we shall have supper done. And then back there in the crock pot, that brand new, wonderful, beautiful crock pot that I got from one of my wonderful viewers on here, we have 10 to 12 apples. Oop, you can see it's juicy. We have 10 to 12 apples. Water to cover them. It's not covering them now because it's been cooking for 4 hours. And we put in some apple pie spice that I got from the health food store that was already together. It has all the cinnamon and ginger and nutmeg and all that all in it. And I probably put about a tablespoon or so to start. We might have to adjust that. But that's about how much it come out to if I was to take all the spices that they use and put it all together. So we have about a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons. Yeah, probably closer to 2, because I just had a little bit left in the bag and I dumped it over. So it's probably about 2 tablespoons. And this is supposed to make homemade apple cider from just apples and water and spices. So we're going to see. It says to cook it on high for 4 hours. We've had it going for quite a while. It should eventually shut off. And if it don't, I don't think it'll matter, because the apples will just get more mushy and mushy and mushy. But that's what we're having to go with our apple bourbon pulled pork. How awesome is that? An apple-filled wonderful meal. That sounds so great to me. And then sometime this week we found some cookbooks in a free pile on the side of the road, and they're all handwritten older recipes, and one of the recipes is for cranberry raisin pie. I thought that sounded awesome for Thanksgiving. So, later this week, I'm going to have Emma tape me making that, and we'll see how that comes out, because it almost sounds like it should come out almost like a raisin-filled cookie. Oh my goodness, I love raisin-filled cookies. I told my mom I wanted them for Christmas. So, hopefully, I'll get my raisin-filled cookies for Christmas. I hope. And I don't have to share them with anybody but Greg, because I don't think Emma likes them. And only Greg likes them. And I only have to share them with him. So, yay, raisin-filled cookies. I don't eat them too often. Like I said, once a year, I get the raisin-filled cookies. Because they're a little time-consuming to make. So anyway, that's what we're having for supper. We'll be back in a little bit, and I'll show you how everything turns out. Okay, we have our pork tenderloin all cooked up here, and this is just after an hour. Look at that. Ain't that pretty? What do you think, Em?
That's good. Smells good too.
So we get it all shredded. Thank you.
Welcome.
I don't have 3 hands, so that hand comes in right handy.
And I don't have my talons on.
Alright, so we got that all done up. And now we're going to take our sauce. And we'll pour that in there. Get out as much as possible. And I did drain out the little bit of water that was in here because we don't need watery pork.
Pulled pork sandwiches?
Yes. And my pot is still quite hot, so I'm not going to have to warm this up too much.
Don't feel hot.
The bottom.
You
ain't touching the bottom.
I don't want to touch the bottom.
And we'll just put that in there for a few minutes. And if you just, turn it on without putting the cover on, it acts like a saute pan. It does have a saute option here too, but meat and stew heats up much quicker and faster. And then we got our
apple cider
in a crock pot. And this is just, like I said, apples and whatever seasonings you want. And it says to mush up the apples and then strain them out. Yeah. But it looks pretty dark to me. And I like the thought of the apples floating in there. You can take them and you can put them in your cup. And there you got a festive little apple floating around in your apple cider. And this is what it looks like in there. Isn't it so pretty? And it's so hot right now, I think, though. Yeah. So I'll just get a spoon. Or something. Oh, let's see. We'll try one of them spoons. That'll hold it pretty good. And I gotta wash it off because all I have in there is real little tiny spoons. And then you really can't see nothing. So I gotta wash a big one. I don't have very many big huge spoons. I have a lot of little tiny spoons, but not big huge ones. Alright. So this is what our apple cider looks like. Can't fit it in this. I didn't think of that, okay? So this is what you get.
You good?
That's kind of appley. And the apple pie spice, yeah, that was a good idea I had. That really good. So Emma's gonna try to take a sip of it off the spoon.
One-handed, holding a camera.
While she tapes me on video and gets it all good in there. See, this is heated up really quickly in there.
Mm.
Oh, Emma likes it.
That's pretty good.
So there you go. Don't know what to do with all those leftover apples that really could use a good using up. But you're tired of making the apple cider or whatever. I mean, not apple cider. Apple cider is what we made. You're tired of making the applesauce or what have you. There you go. Don't want to peel them because they're too mushy. There you go. Shove them in the crock pot with a whole bunch of water over them to cover. And spices of your choice. Like I said, I did about 2 tablespoons of apple pie spice from the health food store. It's just all the apple pie spices all mixed together. I think I'm not getting my apple cider back.
No.
I didn't think so. That's okay. I'll get a bigger cup, huh? Ha! Ha!
What the heck?
You stole the little one.
We're back.
Alrighty. See, we love each other. But there's our supper. Oh, I was going to get out a plate and show you how I was going to put my sandwich together. Not that you can really see that, because I'm pretty sure y'all are pretty smart about this type of stuff. Emma, you can do dishes.
I know.
We're down to just very few dishes in there. Unfortunately, my dishwasher's not working right at the moment, which I got to figure it out, and I will. Alrighty. I put these in usually another bag after I open them because I don't like that bag. Alright.
They're good apple cider.
Emma's really enjoying the apple cider. I'm making this for the Thanksgiving. And you know what I'm going to do? You know what? This is what I'm going to do, people. This is what I decided today. I'm making this for Thanksgiving, the apple cider stuff, now that I know that it's good. And I was thinking today as I was walking around Walmart, because we usually buy those Martinelli's sparkling cider or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to take this, and I'm going to add either some 7-Up or some ginger ale to it. 7-Up I was figuring because 7-Up is very bubbly. And I was thinking of adding some ginger ale to it. And then it'd be just like the Martinelli sparkling cider, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And have even better flavor, I think. Yeah, Emma's loving that. So, yeah. So,
I dribbled a bit of apple cider on myself.
some pulled pork on there. There we go. And, come on, what sandwich is complete without cheese, really? None, if you ask me and Emma. None. None sandwiches are complete without cheese. So here we go. I got some sharp white cheddar. Because, you know, apples and cheddar, supposedly they go together. People put cheese on apple pie.
Ew.
Never been my thing. But, there again, I would put apple jelly on my cheese sandwich.
Well, I saw somebody
yeah.
on Instagram like a year ago put cheese in their hot chocolate.
They make cheese out of Velveeta fudge. Velveeta fudge. Chocolate fudge out of Velveeta cheese.
Well,
See, it got me all going on this.
Apparently, it's like a normal thing.
There we go. There's our pulled pork sandwich.
Pulled pork sandwich.
And our apple cider in the crock pot. Emma's not letting me walk off of this. So there we go. You have it. It is good. According to Emma, it is good. So, like I said, I'm going to leave the apples right in there because I think it's kind of cool. So, thank you for watching. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful holiday week. I mean, the kids only got, 2 days of school this week? So, oh yeah, Emma's so excited about that.
Yeah, man, I can sleep in.
Us mummies and daddies that are home with our kids, we get them all week. Enjoy the memories. because too soon they grow up. Like Greg.
And
Like
me.
my Miss Emma's starting to not be around so much more. Eventually, I'm going to be one of those dreaded empty nester people. I mean, on one hand, I kind of look forward to it because I get to go out and do my thing, but I like doing my thing with my kids too. So, enjoy your families this week. Have a wonderful, super fantastic holiday, which I will see you again. I've got more videos coming out. Come on, you know I always do. So, enjoy your holiday.